Good, bright, and beautiful Cinco de Mayo to everyone here in the United States of America, especially here in New Jersey and the New York City metropolitan area. We are GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith, and we're looking at the classic 1986 movie, The Three Amigos, with Chevy Chase, Mr. Smart there, and of course Steve Martin as well. Fabulous. Would be a great day to watch this. You could be dancing like this too after you have your cerveza and you have your margaritas. The one thing that's going to be different this year is that all these restaurants in America are going to be takeout only. So, plenty of liquor at home and plenty of cervezas or burritos, guacamole, salsa and chips, and, let's say burritos. We did that already. And a lot of other special Mexican dishes. This is also the celebration of the Mexican and French Revolution, the War of Pueblo in 1862, when the Mexicans became free from the French domination. So it's Happy Cinco de Mayo to everyone here in the United States. This is the Happy Cinco de Mayo video forecast discussion for this 5th of May, 5/5/2020. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. Start out with the lower layer, lower layer water vapor. Obviously, still have allergies with all this pollen coming down from the trees. We had a short wave, or actually just warm frontal boundary, or just warm air advection passing through northern New Jersey with some high clouds early this morning, but there's quite a lot of dry and sinking air here, but there is another disturbance that will pass to the south over the Delmarva during later this afternoon, tonight, and tomorrow morning. This batch of convection off the Carolina coast, another batch of convection forming over Arkansas and southeastern Texas. Look at this. We're going to get into the Storm Prediction Center in just a moment. This looks juicy here. And of course, we have this band of warm air advection ahead of this next system coming in. So, we're not looking at a lot of precipitation here, but anything that does fall from central and southern New Jersey into the Delmarva tonight and tomorrow morning would be a little bit heavier. We'll take a look at Coco Ross in just a moment. It's a new storm in the western Pacific and into northern California here, and into Cascades, Washington, and Oregon. Lots of dry sinking air here. Southern Louisiana, the Gulfport areas, Florida here, and back into Texas and in the heart of Texas, right? And look at all this dry sinking air here. And Mexico is hot. So under this domain for Cinco de Mayo, they don't celebrate it the way we do with, it's more ceremonial with arts and crafts and, local food and stuff like that. But, it's going to be hot here, definitely. And look what's happening in the Baja, California. In the Baja here, it's very hot, but in the coastal regions where, there's a lot of uplifting and some showers and thunderstorms developing over this area here, like Cancun and Playa del Carmen, everybody's Mexican today. And I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be inebriated, especially now, given the fact that we're under COVID-19. It's tacos, burritos, and chimichangas, and maybe some black bean soup too, as well. And some other favorites that Mexican people celebrate, whether you're American Mexican or Spanish Mexican. There's a lot of things to celebrate today. It's going to be very strange. As I said, all these restaurants are going to have takeout, and they're going to be so busy, like Benji's here in my town. Where I live, and other famous Mexican restaurants that I've visited over many, many years, having many very close Spanish and Mexican friends. And it's a celebration in Mexico too, and it's hot in the Baja. But look at this convection that's building up here across Oklahoma and Arkansas and southeastern or northeastern Texas here. Here's that band of showers and thunderstorms getting into Kentucky, getting ready to get into the Virginias here and then off the Delmarva coast. And here's another batch of showers and thunderstorms off the Carolina coast this morning as well. This is a little bit of upglide here, but here's some upglide precipitation across the Cascades, Washington, and Oregon this morning as well. National real-time temperatures this morning. It's cold here and chilly in the northeast. It was chilly this morning here in northern New Jersey, where we had temperatures in the 30s and 40s on still a pretty brisk westerly wind, northwesterly flow. Should abate a little bit today. Probably going to be below normal again. We'll get into those local temperatures in just a moment. Central and southeastern states where it's already pretty warm. It's in the 60s and 70s now in Texas and parts of the Tennessee and Mississippi River Valley down through Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, and also portions of Texas, Florida rather. And it's also getting quite hot over the Baja California and into the Baja of Mexico as well. If we looked at the 24-hour temperature change as of this morning, again, where it's been raining, it's cooler, and it's been much cooler here in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic states. It's some 10, 12, 15 degrees below where it should be at this time of the year. And where it's been warm, well, you know, it continues to be warm, especially in the western United States, the Cascades, all the way down through the Baja. And this is just early this morning, so if it's 8 o'clock here or 8:30 here, it's like 5-something in the morning here. So, and this ended at 12Z this morning. That's just a 24-hour temperature change, and we're going through the roof this afternoon with these temperatures here and here, but not so much here. And these are the high temperature forecasts over the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic coast states today. It's quite chilly and it's below average here. And it's going to be below average for the next 10 days in this region here. Already for this afternoon, upper 80s, low and mid 90s in the southeast and parts of Texas. I don't know why this is not showing up. Normally it does. Mexico is going to get into the hundreds today, upper 90s and 100s, and that's going to extend into Arizona and portions of Southern California as well. And again, around 8 o'clock on Thursday morning, this is the amount of precipitation. You see not so much here in the New Jersey, New York City, Philly, I-95 corridor, even up to Boston, but could get about 1/2 inch, and in spots in the Virginias here as this wave of low pressure passes through. Could get up to 1 inch of rain in spots, but the only other wetness here that I'm seeing is across the northern tier here and portions of Texas as well. Storm Prediction Center's mesoscale analysis, our upper low that was over Nova Scotia is getting out of here. And we have a transitional ridge coming in, a very weak ridging at this point, to separate yesterday from today. So the winds are dying down here. There's another little low here, again, right through the Ohio River Valley, the Mississippi River Valley, heading towards the Mid-Atlantic coast states, but should avoid most of our area. We'll get into that in a moment. The other thing I wanted to look at is the convective outlook, and that looks slight, mostly well to our south, so we're not really concerned with that. Fire weather danger today, well, looks good. Nothing. Into the National Weather Service we go over northwestern New Jersey and the Poconos. This is for frost advisories. Probably that's going to be required on Friday night. Other than that, here along the coast and across Trenton and Philadelphia, Atlantic City, down through the Delmarva area here. This is for some minor tidal flooding, which is occurring probably in the back bays with our tidal cycle on Wednesday night, and that's about it for that. And under these bright, beautiful skies in New Jersey this morning approaching 9 a.m., we have temperatures in the low to the mid 40s across the north and the lower 50s to the south and southwest. We had a few minimums this morning that were in the 30s across the higher terrain of Sussex County. All temperatures elsewhere were generally running in the low to the mid 40s. If we take a look at the relative humidity now, it should be looking good. This looks good because the dew points are low too. There's a great spread between the dew point and the air temperature. So, you know, very comfortable conditions during today. The wind speeds are all out of the north and northwest at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. A few spots a little higher than that. Wind gusts, again, that would be the measure of about 11, 15 mile per hour winds here. So it's still a little gusty out there this morning, but this should relax with the mixing of the day a little bit as the storm system heads away from the New England coast and Nova Scotia, and high pressure builds in over the forecast region for today. The latest visible satellite imagery up close here. Just a few high streaming clouds here across northwestern New Jersey. Everybody else is generally clear, and of course this cloud cover here across the Delmarva, this is in association with that wave of low pressure that I said is going to move in that direction during today. So we're going to expect an increase in cloud cover here and a decrease a little bit across the north. And if you're like me and millions of others, you are suffering from oak, birch, and maple pollen dispersal from the trees. So Yesterday it was high at 10.6. Today it's high at 10.2. And tomorrow it's still going to be high at 7.9. If we looked at the 5-day forecast, I wouldn't expect much change. Today it's high. Wednesday it's high. A little bit lower on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but still in the medium to moderate range. Up close and personal now with the NAM model guidance with our infrared imagery here, our simulated infrared brightness. Those clouds dissipating, and it's going to be a gorgeous day, which it is right now at this hour, approaching 9 o'clock. But here comes those showers and thunderstorms and higher cloud tops from Washington, D.C. south. Just a few high and mid-level clouds streaming from variable points during this afternoon into this evening, but it doesn't look like there's going to be much precipitation with this. And then, of course, that wave coming off the coast of Roanoke and Virginia Beach means a little shower and thunderstorm activity. But some scattered clouds around the region for tomorrow on Wednesday. It doesn't look like there's going to be a high amount of any kind of precipitation. We could have some enhancement here across the Poconos in northwestern New Jersey. We'll take a look at that in a moment, but nothing really major here stands out to me at this point. It's lots of cumulus clouds and very cold air advection. Definitely we can see this on Wednesday as another cold front passes through, and then on Thursday morning in the afternoon, lots of cold air cumulus here over this area, but convergence and confluence probably leads to lots of sunshine, but chilly temperatures here from New York down to Washington, D.C. Here comes that wave along the front now with that area of low pressure from Washington, D.C. south. There could be an isolated shower scattered about the region, very light during this afternoon across the Poconos or northeastern New Jersey, but most of the area should remain mostly dry. Here comes that second wave on late tonight, early tomorrow morning. And this is, again, associated with the warm front and then eventually the cold front. So there's going to be some light rain around here late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Most of that will be scattered and light and scatterbot around. And then, of course, as the low and upper trough move through the region, that's where some shower activity will continue to linger into the area, particularly on Wednesday morning and Wednesday afternoon before that scoots out to sea. And then cold air advection comes in, and we've got a dry forecast coming up. You can see these downwind lake streamers here from Ottawa and Kingston into Albany and Buffalo and Columbus, Ohio. That's cold air advection coming in, folks. And when we look at the NAM model guidance's precipitable water value, this is the amount of water vapor that's in the air. It's going to be for Washington, D.C. and south. So even scattered light showers that is forecasted for other areas here to the north and east is going to be very light, if at all. Total precipitation over the next 48 to 60 hours or so, very light here. They're talking about a quarter of an inch or less. Heavier amounts across Pittsburgh and Roanoke and points to the south and west here across just east of Nashville and off the mid-Atlantic coast, but nothing major here. The only thing that's major is my frickin' allergies. And the European model guidance for the week ahead. Here comes that storm off the Virginia coast and a little bit of precipitation here with an inverted trough coming through and the trough and cold front coming through tomorrow morning on May 6th, my mom's birthday. And then the air just gets colder here in the northeast. A couple of troughs coming through downwind the lakes here and Lake Ontario. And here comes a new disturbance that was in the northwest now coming into the central plains, minoring out again, moving in precipitation into the region on a warm frontal boundary and then a cold frontal boundary. So, this is where things get a little sticky because the rain could come down moderately so on Friday night and Saturday morning before that cold front comes through and off the eastern seaboard. It gets hung back here into the Gulf states and especially over Mexico where it's going to be downpouring around Cancun and Playa del Carmen where the front stalled out. Then high pressure and warmer air starts to build back in by Sunday and Monday of next week, but still with a west to northwest flow. So it's still going to be quite chilly here. Here comes another disturbance across the Great Lakes for early next week. Now, yesterday, we talked about the actual temperature anomalies, the 2-meter temperature anomalies going forward nationally. I want to take a look at this now, if this will pull up here. Come on now. So over the next 10 days, where it's been hot, it's going to continue to be hot, but look where it's getting colder. Right across the northern plains, the Ohio River Valley area, the Tennessee River Valley, and the Northeast. And it's just like one punch after another. Getting into May 7th on Thursday, and then by Friday and Saturday, look, we've got temperatures at 15, 20, 25 degrees below normal all across the Northeast, even down into the Delta here. And where it's hot, it's been very hot. In Florida, also, they're cooled down just a little bit too, but areas that have been hot, like the Baja of California, the western United States, the Intermountain West, they're going to continue to be hot. And look at this cold air that just continues to seep in through Saturday, May 9th. We've got departures of normal here at about 20 to 30 degrees below normal all across the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic coast states. And the trend really doesn't really back away that much as we head into, the next 10 days. So, it's going to be plenty of shots of cold air coming in towards the north and the eastern United States over that time period. So that's going to do it for me today because my allergies are just like, too much. Anyway, happy Cinco de Mayo to everyone. Be safe out there. Don't get too inebriated at home or, don't be doing anything stupid. All right? Don't do anything stupid. And we'll see you again bright and early on Wednesday morning. For the rest of the day, we're going to go out for a bike ride. And unfortunately, I don't eat white food anymore, so like white flour and stuff like that. So chances are I'll make some guacamole and a few things, but the traditional Mexican food that I'm used to having, I probably won't be having it. But anyway, it's a good opportunity for me to also enjoy this classic from 1986, The Three Amigos. It's GordonStateWeather.com, GordonStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Be safe out there, folks, and do enjoy the day. And we'll see you bright and early on Wednesday morning.